Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. So today I have a story time. I wasn't sure if I was going to make this because I didn't want any trouble with anybody. There's no hard feelings on my end, so I just didn't want it to come out like I had a problem with Starbucks or anything like that. But I just thought it was too good of a story time not to tell. I literally sit at home and don't do anything. So the fact that something somewhat interesting happened to me, I thought I'd come on here and tell you guys about it. So if you want to hear why I'm literally banned from Starbucks, then just keep on watching. So it all started out, me and my friends were out to dinner, and where I live in Ohio, it is so cold right now and there's literally nothing to do. There's not really any nice places to go when it's cold. You kind of just have to wait for summer for it to warm up. So we decided that we were going to go to Starbucks after we got done eating and meet our other friends. So we decided to go to Starbucks. Now I just want to give some background on the Starbucks. I have plenty of Starbucks where I live, so I don't think anybody will be able to tell which one it is just off of this story time. So background on the Starbucks is I've gone there for years, probably like 4 or 5 years. I've spent well over $1,000 at this Starbucks. I always buy something from there, you know, I don't just go there to loiter or anything like that. I genuinely get stuff. So background on this, we haven't been there for probably a couple months because like I said, it was pretty cold there at that time. So we hadn't gone since summer or whatever. So we decided to go back. Now like I said, obviously we've been going for a long time and we always used to hang out there and we never had any problems. So this day we pull up and there's like 8 or 9 of us. And so we're sitting there just talking. Everybody bought something. We're hanging out in the back, and it's like kind of later at night, but not where it's like closing time at Starbucks or anything. And we're hanging out in the back, and there's some kids next to us in the back who are just being really loud. I think they were in high school, and they just were being really loud, and they were doing some really loud things, whatever. So they leave, and we don't see why they leave, but they do. So then we're like, okay, now we can have some peace and quiet to talk. We're talking like how I'm talking to you. Once again, just drinking our Starbucks, not thinking anything of it. And then all of a sudden the cops pull up. And this really never happened to us. Well, it didn't ever happen to us. We never had a problem. We never had anybody tell us that what we were doing was wrong, whatever. So the cops pull up and they said, didn't they tell you to go home? And we said, who? And the way our Starbucks is set up, which I could also say this too because all of our Starbucks are conjoined. We don't just have a standing alone Starbucks. So the Starbucks was connected to another building that had something else. And he said the manager from the other building, which isn't Starbucks, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't need to, but he said, didn't they tell you to go home? And I said, no, like nobody's came out here and talked to us. Maybe they told the kids next to us to go home, but you know, whatever, like we didn't get told anything. So we were just hanging out here because obviously we're not rude. Me and my friends aren't like that. If we would have got told to leave, we would have just left. I mean, it is what it is. So they told us that, okay, well, even though it wasn't you guys that they told to leave, we still want to see your IDs. So once again, okay, so I gave the police, all of us gave them our IDs, and they went in the car and they like ran through our things to see, I don't know what they were looking for, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. So we were talking to the other cop was super nice, we were like having a good conversation with him. He was just, you know, treating us with respect. He wasn't being super guarded or anything towards us, and we were just joking around with him and stuff. So the other cop comes back from running our IDs and he said that we're all good, which once again, I don't know what they were looking for, but he said that we're all good and that he's gonna go tell the manager that we're okay. So he comes back. Once again, we're still talking to the other cop. The other cop's so cool and we're just talking and whatever. And he came back the other cop who was talking to the manager of the other building and said that she wanted to file a criminal trespass warning and that we weren't allowed back there, and that if we did come back there, we could get arrested. So once again, I'm thinking, well, we never got a warning to leave. If you would have just told us to leave, we would have left. We don't want any problems. We obviously didn't want this to happen. And we're just kind of confused because we had bought Starbucks, so why are we getting like criminally trespassed if we bought something? And then they told us that the other place owns the whole parking lot, which obviously, once again, we didn't know. I don't feel like that's common knowledge. I would have thought that Starbucks owned part of it, or, you know, they shared it or something like that. I didn't know that the one building owned the whole parking lot and it was just their parking lot. So he gets our IDs again and he writes us up, and then he tells us, you know, that's it. This doesn't go on your record or anything. Just don't come back here anymore. So my first question was, oh, well, we're just not allowed at that place. We're allowed at Starbucks, right? And they said, no, you're not allowed anywhere by the building, in that parking lot or anything like that. And if for some reason they notice you and they call us, then you'll get arrested because you had a warning. So obviously I'm not gonna fight with them. I never go there anyways. It was just like a one-time thing. I have a Starbucks that's close to my house too. I have a bunch of Starbucks by me, which is why I feel like this isn't obvious which one it is unless I told you the story in real life. But yeah, I mean, that's it. And then we got in our cars and went home, and that was really it. I mean, it kind of stinks because the other building's manager is the one who had a problem with us, and I wish like if she would have just came out and told us to leave, we would have just left. I mean, we don't hang out there usually, and I mean, we had bought something thinking that because we bought something we could stay there, which wasn't the case. I understand, I mean, it's their rules and stuff. I just was really thrown off that she hit us with a trespass warning, because that's the last thing we were trying to do, and I didn't want any problems with anybody, obviously, and I still don't, so me and my friends don't go there, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, that's just crazy because for me, I literally sit home and watch Netflix and play with my new puppy. And before I even had my new puppy, I sat at home and did Netflix and did homework because I'm a college girl, and we all know if you're in college how much work that is. So the one time I want to go out with my friends and have fun and sit and talk and just drink coffee and stuff, this happens. And I know what you're probably thinking. Emily, why didn't you and your friends just go in the Starbucks? Well, like I had mentioned before, the Starbucks shares a building. So the Starbucks is super small, and once again, in Ohio it's cold and there's not really anything to do. So the Starbucks is jam-packed. There couldn't have been room for all 8 of us to sit in there. It just wasn't gonna happen, so it is what it is. So once again, it's no hard feelings against Starbucks or anything like that. I love the company. I was there today. I don't hold any ill feelings towards the manager of the other building or anything like that. I just thought that because I have such an uninteresting life, when something actually does happen, I need to share it with you guys. And I wasn't sure, once again, if I should do this because I don't have any problems, but I thought I would just address it. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you've had any crazy experiences like this, let me know in the comment section down below because I love talking to you guys. And yeah, so that's gonna be it for today. I hope I can post more videos this upcoming week because I kind of have a break from school and everything and I have some video ideas planned, so we'll see what happens. But until then, I love you guys so much and I'll talk to you then. Bye guys.